Oh, that's good. Hello. Hello, can you hear me? Testing, testing.
Hello,
Can you hear me? Hello, Johanna. Is this correct?
Johanna.
Ah, Johanna. Sorry, I didn't know where was the accent from. So, Johanna, it's a pleasure meeting you.
It's a pleasure to meet too.
Johanna, I would like to start this conversation saying that I really hope I can understand your meetings, your objectives, and help you achieve these goals that you have with Portuguese. And I would like to this conversation so they to understand them better.
Okay. Really, now I just moved from Colombia to Brazil.
Hmm.
I am living here for 2 weeks. Really, it's new for me. I am in Belo Horizonte, Belo
Oh,
Horizonte,
okay.
Belo Horizonte.
Nice.
Uh, my company decided move me here because my position needs to be here, helping to our local team to get the goals. So now I need, it's very, very important. It's a critical for me to understand and learn how to communicate it with them. And I need to practice, obviously, to learn Portuguese. Really, I am working with them from 8 months ago. So I used to have meetings with them every day. So I think that I can understand the meetings. Sometimes I ask for explanation or perhaps a summary in Spanish because it's easy for me, but I try to understand. But I don't feel the ability to speak. So the meetings is in Portuguese. I try to understand. I listened, but uh, my explanation or the way that I communicate with them is using Spanish language.
Okay. Okay. Understand. Just a curiosity. Who recommended you my contact?
I received your number because we had a friends perhaps. Uh, Sol
Yeah.
Gonzalez.
Yeah. That's what
Mm.
I imagine. I'm just curious because it came from Colombia. So yeah, probably
Yeah,
probably
yes,
sold
yes.
sold that gave my contact.
We are in the same market. She is a trade company. She is working in a trade company,
Yeah.
and my market is mining. Mine. That is the reason that why I am here in Brazil now.
Hmm. Understand. Okay. And Johanna, tell me a little bit about some difficulties that you have with Portuguese today, living in Brazil.
And what is the most difficult
No,
part?
some difficulties that you have living in Brazil with
Okay,
Portuguese.
not really. I think that's because before travel, I received 2 months in personal classes. So I think that is level one with some kind of words, so I understand a little bit. But when you are in the real life, the people used to speak quickly. It's very different, no, obviously, because it's not the same when you are talking with your trainer or your professor, when you are talking with the people in the loja or
Yes, yes.
supermarket is very difficult. So when you have to book the food, or you are looking for a lunch, the speaking is really is very difficult for me to understand. I think that is quickly, and I understand that they use a kind of slang. Is different that they used to
I
pronounce the
understand.
words.
I understand. Okay. And give an example. Uh, give an example of the type of people that you work with, the stakeholders that you usually talk to.
Okay, but it's funny because I used to work with the middle position. So is they used to talk Spanish, English, and Portuguese. So for my job, or my work is not difficult to communicate with them, because the most part of them speak Spanish or English. But if I want to talk with the other people like operators, or perhaps people that don't have a professional careers, so it's
Uh-huh.
very difficult because they don't speak
Yeah,
neither
I get
Spanish or English. So I need to use to my my peers to please help me with the translation, because it's difficult.
yeah.
Be, until up to they used to say that if I can speak Spanish slowly, they used to understand that I want to say. So
Yeah,
that is the
yeah. Usually we Brazilians can understand Spanish, right? But they cannot
yeah.
communicate.
Yes. So that is the way, really, that now I am communicating with them.
Yeah. And for some reason, I still want to understand why Spanish Spanish speaker countries do not understand Portuguese, right?
Yes, yes.
It's very funny how it works. But okay, I understand, Johanna. So the idea of my sessions, it's all depends on the client, right? What is your focus? Because my classes are always tailored to your objectives and your challenges.
Mm-hmm.
But I will work as a communication coach. So I work as a communication coach in Portuguese or in English, where communication is universal, right? But the idea is to
Yes,
make you express yourself better in Portuguese. Like you said, you can understand sometimes, right? You can, when you're hearing them, you can understand them. But when you're going to pronounce yourself, when you're going to pronounce the words and you're going to express yourself, sorry, you cannot be the same Johanna as you are in Spanish, right?
yes. I know. I always I have think that we have a different personalities depending
Yeah,
of the language that you are talking. So
yeah,
yes.
exactly,
Mhm.
exactly. But we need to bridge this gap, right? We need to make Johanna the same in Portuguese, the same in Spanish, even in English.
Yeah. Yes, you're right. Yes.
And unfortunately, you got to a barrier. You discovered a barrier in Brazil that is the lack of other languages, right? English is only like 5%. I would imagine Portugal, Spanish is even lower.
Yes, for me, it would be easy if we could find more people speaking English, but it's not easy here, really. I I am I I am found that the people prefer. to listen my Spanish in a slowly way because it's easier for them to understand that I want to say.
Yes, yes. It's because, especially with English, Brazilians have a sense of pressure, right?
Ah, okay. Yes, they used to tell me that sentence like, but English is more difficult than Portuguese. Why don't you speak Portuguese? Wow.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yes. Okay. Thank you.
It's much easier, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I understand. I understand. Okay, okay. So, how does my classes work? First of all, I don't have one clean structure because, like I said, I attend so many different clients from so many different areas, right? So it
Okay.
depends a lot on the clients and what they're looking for. I can see that you are looking basically on corporate communication, executive communication, right? So probably a lot of deals, meetings. So how to introduce yourself in a meeting, how to lead a meeting, how to deal with difficult questions that you don't know the answer. All of this you might or might not know already in Spanish, but the idea is how to translate your thoughts, not Spanish, but your thoughts, your feelings, and what you want to say to Portuguese in the best way. You have some advantages and disadvantages depending on the point of view that you're already fluent in a Latin based language, right? So a lot of the grammar will come connected, right? Although Portuguese, we have the same grammar basically, but we use less than Spanish, right? Spanish use more correct grammar. Portuguese use less, but basically it's the same grammar, but you have different ways of expressing. The Brazilians express in a very peculiar way. You've probably seen it, right?
Yes. 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 I noticed that.
Are you born and raised in Colombia?
Yes. I live all my life in different cities in Colombia. So I have an Spanish. I think that I had a neutral Spanish because I live in around five, four cities in Colombia. So I understand different accents in Colombia. But when you come here or you arrive here, I understand that now I am in Minas Gerais and I noticed that they have a different accent of sotakis, different from Sao Paulo people or inclusive for the southern people. But at beginning, I didn't understand how, but now I try to listen more and I try to understand that they have a kind of different accent when they are
Yes.
talking.
Brazil is divided in many types of accents, but we are divided in some big groups, right? That is southern, where we have Paraná, Santa Catarina, and what else? And Rio Grande do Sul, where they
Mm-hmm.
share the same base. They're not the same. They are very different, but they share the same base. Understand? Then we have North and Northeast, a lot of states.
Mm-hmm.
They also share the same base. Then we have São Paulo, Minas Gerais, São Paulo, and Rio de Janeiro, right? So we have five types of bases of accents.
Wow, too many.
Yeah,
But are you living in Brazil? Brazil.
yes,
Okay.
yes,
In Sao Paulo.
yes, yes.
Okay, great, great.
So born and raised in Brazil. Understand?
Sorry?
Born and raised in Brazil.
Okay, 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 okay.
So I
Great.
understand. I understand the difficulty you come from. I've helped some people with Portuguese. Like I said, Portuguese is not my strong suit with my clients. Normally, clients prefer English because Brazil, right? You see how Brazil is lacking English, right?
Yes, yes.
So because of this, I have a lot of clients. It is pretty full.
But where did you learn English?
I'm half Brazilian, half American.
Ah, wow. But you live any time for your life in United States or something
No,
like that?
no, just speaking my whole life. My father.
Ah, great. Okay, great. Yes, yes, I understand that it's normal for you. Pe- Brazilian people learning English.
Exactly, exactly. So because it's so big, right? The search for it. Normally, I don't even have time. Uh, but then again, it's not so big. Also, people looking to learn Portuguese, although it's been going up. It's been going up lately, especially Chinese,
Oh, wow.
because
Okay.
of importation. So a lot of companies, there are a lot of companies that are bringing companies to Brazil, and then they need to bring some experts and some employees with them. Understand?
Yes,
Yes.
yes.
But so I've spoken with my father my whole life, and also I've been in this area of teaching communication for what's that for 13 years now. So focus on communication. So it's basically my life.
So you speak better English or Portuguese?
Both, both. I speak them the same way.
Okay, great. And Spanish? No, no.
Spanish a little bit, but because I teach communication and because I teach languages, I am much more. I have a higher level of expectancy. Understand? Of
Yes,
speaking the
yes,
language.
understand.
So I don't feel comfortable speaking Spanish because I'm so hard to myself because I teach languages.
Yes,
So yeah,
yes, okay, understand. But it's
but
great for me because for me really is good to practice both language. So
you got the two in one.
yes, yes, because my Duolingo,
Yeah.
because I started with Duolingo last year. My Duolingo is between English and Portuguese.
And now I'm gonna have two in
Looking
one.
for looking for that opportunity to practice both language, obviously, because I need both. Because I used to work with people from Canada, Australia, Europe, so I can start my day speaking English and finish with Portuguese meetings. That is my real life
Yeah,
today.
I get it. I get it. But I would like to let you know that my focus will be Portuguese, understand?
Yeah.
So I will see your level still, but the idea is as soon as I can remove all English because you need to have
Okay.
the exposure to Portuguese.
Yes.
Okay?
Okay.
Perfect.
Great.
Johanna, do you have Johanna is correct, right? Just yeah,
Yes,
okay.
Johanna.
Do you have any questions about the classes, about my style, maybe my Portuguese or something like that?
Yes, please explain me how will be um, the the procedure, the process. Perhaps you send me any kind of material, something to read or to practice before the classes, or what will be the topics in the classes? How is the methodology?
I don't have one answer for that because, like I said, it's very modular and very dynamic. My classes, right?
Okay,
So about let's answer by parts. About sending things beforehand for you to practice and read or absorb it. It depends on what's the focus, what I'm doing. If I
okay,
want pure focus of you understanding a difficult subject, I can send it before. But if I want to simulate that normally is what I prefer, simulate the pressure of you seeing for the first time in class, understanding and explaining it to me. No, I will not send it beforehand. Uh, the topics will vary on what is my objective. Again, I have usually I have usually three types of classes. Technical classes. So we're going to talk about techniques, about, for example, storytelling techniques, storytelling with data, how to present yourself. So techniques, right? We have exercises. My most common exercise that I like is I'm gonna present you with a data. Understand? So a
Yeah.
data, no, sorry, with a media form, video, audio, text, whatever. You're going to absorb this information.
Hmm. Hmm.
So for example, you're gonna listen to an audio, absorb this information, process it, and explain it to me in Portuguese.
Okay.
Because this is the basis of a communication. So you absorb information, process it, and give it back. Understand?
Yes. Clear. Okay.
And the third one is a more sometimes a lighter communication conversation class. It's not common, but sometimes it's stress or you went from a stressful period. You're just gonna have a light conversation class with a topic and nothing so difficult, but it's not so common.
Okay. Okay. Right.
So and what about this subject? What are we gonna talk about? It depends on the moment that you are. So we have the great objective. What is the great objective? Johanna wants to be herself in Portugal. She wants to be able to express herself in a corporate
Yes.
way, in an executive way. This is the more, right?
Yes. Yes.
But
Yes.
we're going to work with small objectives. So you come to say, look, Robert, I have a meeting next week and I want you to practice it. Okay, so bring the subject. Let's talk about it. Look, I have a presentation next month. It's gonna be with the Brazilian director, and I need to practice it. Okay, bring the presentation. Let's see it. Or bring the topics. I can help you prepare the presentation. So the topics themselves, I can't give you one answer. Understand? It will depend on what the small blocks of objectives that we have. If you have nothing in an agenda, then we go back to the generic objective that is speak better.
Great.
Understand?
Yes. I love it.
Okay, okay, I'm very glad to hear it. So, and a final question. What are you looking for? What are you looking in an instructor?
Really, with Portuguese was the first time that I tried with a personal uh, trainer, really, because in the past I used to practice my English with small groups, but the company last year decided to to help me with the study to Portuguese. So I had a personal trainer in Colombia. It was good because I like that in this kind of conversational space, we can you could find what are the my mistakes, and
Yeah,
you give me a quickly correction,
yeah,
so that leads me to improve quickly. Really, I what I'm looking for, that I need to a quickly correction, because I used to be disciplined. So I used to practice really. I used to listen. You see, I used to looking for other helps in other space. So there is no problem with it. But I need to correct my pronunciation.
yeah.
I
I
think
get it.
that is the main.
I totally get it. I totally get it. And this quick correction, what I call is it's like a kick to the brain. Like, look, you gotta
Yeah.
focus. And
Yes.
yes, it is necessary, but I say there are two types of mistakes. So I'm always pay attention for this type of mistakes. There are two types. First of all, is a mistake where not paying attention. Understand?
Mhm.
So that's why the first class I need to really understand you. So it's gonna be like an analysis. But some mistakes you have because you're not paying attention. So you think about another thing. So it's not necessarily that you don't understand, it's that you're not paying attention, and some mistakes are bad habits. And then I need to analyze two types of
Okay.
scenarios. Is it a critical scenario? So for example, is it a scenario where you are really thinking and you are constructing logic and you are trying to build a narrative? Or are you just how can I say, not so focused and talk about something light? First of all, if you are very focused on something difficult, you try to, for example, explain to me a text that we learn now, and it's very difficult. If it's a simple mistake that you're not paying attention, I will not correct because there's a cost for the correction, right? When I correct you, I'm gonna completely break your narrative. You're gonna forget what you're saying. You're gonna focus on me. If it's
Yeah.
something, if it's a bad habit, if it's bad, I will continue the same way. I will correct you. Understand?
Okay. Okay.
If you are not, if it's something light, if you are not pay attention, something we have just a basic conversation, I will correct you probably independently. But some mistakes, I know that you don't think it. Some mistakes, it's not that you don't know. I know that you know. I know that you know the correct one. You just not pay attention. Like for example, you say IR, understand? Or they is. You know. I'm just giving an example in English, of course. You know the correct one. You just think about other things. And this happens all the time, right?
Okay. Okay.
But yes, usually I do correct, especially if it's bad habits. And
Okay.
if I correct too much, I don't focus normally on grammar. But if I correct too much, then I prepare a class focus on that, like a grammar class. Because I see that
Okay.
you are repeating. So yeah. So probably she doesn't understand this.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay. Okay.
Are
It's
there any
clear.
questions so far?
No, okay. It's okay for now.
Johanna, I would just for this final part, I would like for you to present yourself a little bit in Portuguese. Remember, this is not a test. I would just like to have an idea. How are you in Portuguese wise?
Try it in Portuguese.
Yeah.
Okay, we try. Eu,
Hmm.
o meu nome
Hmm.
é Johanna. Eu sou colombiana ou da Colômbia.
Hmm.
Um, eu estou morando no Brasil, em Minas Gerais. Em, eu gosto muito, eu gosto muito de frutas, arroz, feijoada,
E pão de
I don't
queijo.
know. Ai, e eu gosto muito pão de queijo.
Muito bom, muito bom. Você
Tá bom,
experimentou, você experimentou queijo mineiro?
queijo mineiro. I found, I know, encontrei muitos queijos aqui.
Muitos queijos,
Muito
muitos
queijo.
queijos. Diferente, existe queijo curado. O que é queijo curado?
Ah,
Queijo
queijo
curado
curado.
é mais focado em Itália, França. É um queijo envelhecido. Em Minas, o queijo normalmente não é envelhecido, né? É um queijo fresco.
Fresco, fresco.
Então, o queijo
Muitos
normalmente é branco. O queijo normalmente é branco, não amarelo.
branco.
É,
Não. Sim,
muito, muito bem. Você consegue entender quando eu falo? Você consegue entender o meu sotaque?
sim, sim.
Provavelmente é o sotaque que você vai mais trabalhar quando trabalhar com cliente, certo? São Paulo é o
São Paulo,
centro comercial de Brasil, certo?
sim.
Você já consegue identificar a diferença do sotaque paulistano e do sotaque mineiro?
Não,
Não?
não, não.
Mas mineiro fala muito assim, só. Mineiro não termina as frases.
Isso,
É pequenininho.
isso,
E
isso.
mineiro gosta de falar as coisas assim, isso. Nós temos três ali, isso. Come pão de queijo, isso. Pão de queijo tá bom demais.
Ok.
Esse é um sotaque mineiro.
Sotaque. Isso, sim.
Okay?
Ok.
Okay, Johanna, just to finish this conversation in English, I'd like to say that as many others, I really believe that I can help you with this difficulty, right? I have helped other foreigners in Brazil, and I've helped a lot of Brazilians in United States and countries of Europe.
Great.
So you're thinking about doing 2 classes a week, right? What is a
Yeah.
good time to you?
Or perhaps, I don't know if this time, 6 or 7 p.m. Or perhaps in the morning, 6 or 7 a.m.
Okay, so I'm just checking here my agenda. 1 second. 6 or 7 p.m. PM's a little bit. Let me see.
Mhm.
Uh, I have 2 slots on
Okay.
Wednesdays and Fridays. I don't know if it's of interest.
Yes.
Okay. And for price to see if it fits your budget. Okay, I'm gonna send it here. So I work with payment via Stripe. Do you know Stripe?
Stripe.
Yeah.
What is that?
Stripe is a famous Stripe is a famous what's the name? Payment uh, system.
Yes.
It's popular. It's popular. It's just a link. So
Yes.
I, I
Okay.
I work payment via a platform where it can be credit card,
Okay.
Google Pay.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
I normally say it because people sometimes get sketchy, but Stripe is very big. It's bigger in America, but yeah.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Okay. So do you
Okay.
re, how is it better for you, dollars or reais?
Yes.
Okay, so you're receiving reais, right?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So I work with a close package, okay?
Please. Yes.
So today for 2 classes a week, 1 second, let me send. Where are you? 2 classes a week is okay. So 2 classes a week, it totals to 12.99, 1,299 reais a month. Does this fit your budget?
What is the number again, please?
I sent it on WhatsApp. I can send it here also. Normally numbers I
Yes.
send via WhatsApp because I know clients have difficulties, right? This this value is paid monthly. Okay? Oh,
Okay.
acordou, neném. Tentei, por favor. Understand?
Mentry.
Monthly.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay. It will be eight lessons per month.
Yes,
Yes.
yes. 8 less 1. Exactly. Exactly. And if you would like, I can prepare the classes and we can start next week.
Okay. I agree.
Does it work with you?
Yes. Okay.
Perfect. So Johanna, I hope you have a great week. No stress, relax. And I see you next week then. Please just send me
Okay.
an email via our WhatsApp.
Okay. Okay, Robert.
Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Ué, quem é essa bundinha aqui? Neném, vamos trocar que a gente tem que ir pro hospital com a mamãe. Agora. Mamãe não tá bem, neném. Pode levar esse cara. Tá tudo bem. Oi, irmão, foi mal, falando de outra vez, eu na correria. E vi sim, mas tá com plástico. Sim, sim. Seguinte, eu não posso ir muito tarde, porque eu psicólogo amanhã, vou sair cedo, mas, mano, fala aí, eu quero você. Cara, eu fiquei sabendo menor, foi mal, mano, tá tão correria, cara. Tá sinistro, o bagulho, tô dando muita aula, cara. Tô muito feliz, sim. Mas tá foda, tá ligado? Tipo, explosão. Mano, os caras picam, irmão. Tô dando aula pra gerente de Microsoft da Itália. Tô dando aula pro outro italiano, mano. O maluco é CFO de uma empresa que presta serviço pro Otágono. Otágono? Que Otágono? Pentágono, desculpa. Agora tem 8 lados. O Pentágono dos Estados Americanos. Mano, pira, sério, irmão. Os caras me explicam. Comprando preço. Pô, 150 hora. Tá, então ficar 1.100. Essa aqui é uma indicação, foi uma piano da hora. Mas, pô, vocês estavam mudando esses canais. Eu tô fazendo ping-pong, mas tá subindo muito capítulo. Sabe? Ano passado, minha meta era 15 horas, ela tem 15 horas de descanso. Tem perto, 100 por baixo, né? Não, a mais, né? Tava sendo 2000, 2000, sei lá, março, falando, quando tem, vai, eu preciso aqui, pra vocês. Pô, agora eu tenho 700 jogos, 700 jogos, já acho que 1.100, certo? Ney, vem cá, vai ao por favor. Por favor, por favor. Ei, Ney, na verdade, vai pra ti. Não, esquece pra mim. Seguir você. Vai lá pra ti, vai. Vamos? Lava a mão, vamos, filho, assim. Mamãe tá ruim, essa mamãe tá tudo hoje, assim. Vamos que lave ela, só tá bem. Vamos, fecha, vem. Vem, neném. Considerar o carro? Pagar quanto?
Tudo bem.
Olha que agora vai dar para você. Agora vai dar para você. Ainda para você? Depois você come. Vamos.